My father's service was in World War II from July of 1942 till July of 1944. PFC George J. Rajner, and he was with the 505 82nd Airborne. He was a paratrooper, and he never told my mother. He went away one day and she got a phone call. It was my dad, and he said he joined the service, and she says, "Oh, you get yourself home here. You're just funning me, you know." And a few days later, we got a package wrapped in brown paper and string, and it was his clothes. You know, why he went in was, you know, for his children and for democracy. My father made 3 combat jumps, and the third one to Normandy on June the 6th of 1944. They postponed it twice, and they finally said they had a window in the weather, and they decided to go. Because the guys, when they jumped, they started out around 12:30 at night. The landing crews, they didn't even come in till like 5:30. So there was a big lull in there, maybe about 3 hours, that the paratroopers were behind the lines, you know, trying to fortify causeways and the bridges. And they knew that their casualty rate was extremely high. My dad's unit, it was 146, they tell me, went, and 46 came back. They were getting ready to assault this Hill 131, and they were not the only unit there. At 5:30 in the morning, they said they started up. There was like a stone riprap wall, and they had a small opening in it, and they were taking turns. Okay, you go, okay, you go. And when my dad got up to go, a shell came in, and it ricocheted off the rocks, and it hit him in the chest. He died in the aid station, and then they buried him 2 days later in a temporary cemetery in Blowsville. All of his brothers came home from service. My dad was the only one that didn't come home. And they all talked together, and they decided he should stay with his comrades. My mother signed the papers, and then he was buried in the Normandy American Cemetery. Section A, row 11, grave 18. The very first time we went to the cemetery was in 1992, and we wanted to take my mom. That was always something that I wanted to do for many years. It's just beautiful. I mean, I don't think they could have picked a better site. There's a little chapel there, went down there. Then I walked all along, there's a walkway all along the beach, and it's all just beautiful white crosses, and it just has that serene, you know, calming, very quiet resting place. It brings everything back, you know, when you go. And the only thing I could say was, you know, Dad, I'm here. Never forget. Always honor him. Because, you know, the world wouldn't be what it is today if it hadn't been for the sacrifice of all those young men.